la raza, que viva, viva, que viva la raza, que viva, viva, Chicano. Moratorium, 50 años de luchar. Juntos luchamos por justicia. Juntos luchamos por Aztlán. Juntos luchamos por libertad.
Here we are. The Brown Beret National Party is inviting cars to come down and to bring some of the Brown Berets from all over California. Come on out. Come on this side of the car. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Say your first name. Where you from?
Viva la raza.
First name. Where you from?
Shirley from West Los Angeles, California, Brown Berets, Chicano Power.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here we have another very fine looking car. Come on out. Just say your name. Where you from?
I'm Santos from the Brown Beret National Party, right out of Wilmington.
Well, just have a seat over there.
All right, thanks.
Okay, you go. More Brown Berets. All right. Just come out of the car. Just say your name.
My name is Chris. I'm with the Brown Beret National Party, and I'm here to bring our civil rights movement to a new generation, Chicano Power.
Say your first name.
Jonathan, Brown Beret National Party. Tony, Brown Beret National Party, Chicano Power.
Thank you very much. Such enthusiasm. That's what I like. I like enthusiastic people. Oh, here we have another carload. Oh, it's the Brown Berets from Stockton, California. Mike.
Glenn, Public Relations Officer, Tennessee.
Francis and Valicia, we're from Tennessee.
My name is Lala and I'm from Tennessee.
My name is Marisol and I'm from Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee Brown Berets.
My name is Moises, and I'm a Brown Beret National Party.
Very good. Oh, we got some more coming in. Say your name.
Rosie. Viva Dr. David Sanchez. Viva.
Jose, Brown Beret National Party.
I'm Gracie, and I'm from the Brown Berets National Party.
Lorraine, Brown Beret.
Johnny Salas, Brown Beret National Party.
How you doing? What's going on?
My name is Jesse.
Jesse?
Yeah.
And Johnny.
And Johnny.
Jesse and Johnny. All right. All right. You want to say your name?
It's coming out.
Luis, Brown Beret National Party.
Hello. Here we are at East LA. We're in back of the East Los Angeles Library. We're preparing to go to give a presentation at the Silver Dollar. Today is August 29th, and we are here to remember Ruben Salazar. And it was the Brown Berets who actually organized the first moratorium. The Brown Berets have always been first to organize the walkouts. We were first to organize the moratoriums and first to land on Catalina Island. Today we are putting together a disciplined organization that can continue to do projects and movements for the Brown Beret National Party. It's really important that we begin to understand the importance of discipline in our ranks, also to be able to organize the movement. We've been involved with the movement for many years, and August 29th, today we remember Ruben Salazar, who said that it was important to understand that we are the natives of this land, that we would never melt into the melting pot because we are natives of this land, and we've always been here. We're not immigrants. La Raza, we have always been here in North America. And so that's why it's important to remember Ruben Salazar. So we'll be going over to the Silver Dollar right now, and we'll be moving across the nation to organize La Raza, to motivate La Raza with enthusiasm, to motivate our community to be strong. This is a new era. This is a new era for civil rights for the Chicano. So it's very important for us to begin to organize. Thank you. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the Brown Berets that came out here from all the way from across the United States and all the way from Stockton and from different places. We are here to remember Ruben Salazar, who lived from 1928 to 1970. Ruben Salazar talked about that it was important for La Raza to understand that we are natives of this land. We're not immigrants. We are natives of this continent. And, you know, it's important, he said it is important that we do not melt into the pot. And he also said that we cannot be part of the melting pot because we are of the local history, we are of the local land, we're of the Southwest and Mexico and North America. What he was saying was that this was our territory, this was our land. Also, remember Ruben Salazar, he was killed here at this location. The sheriff shot through the door, a tear gas projectile. At 4 o'clock, around this time, at 4 o'clock, Ruben Salazar, the sheriffs came and they shot through the door. Ruben Salazar was at the end of this location, and he took a round, a bullet to his head. He fell to the ground and went into convulsions. Why is Ruben Salazar important? He's important because he was the only reporter that talked about Chicanos. He was the only reporter that talked about Mexican Americans. Even today, Mexican Americans consist of something like 50 million people in the United States, and we're still being ignored. And that's why it's important to understand that we have to bring attention to our community, stop the police brutality, stop police shootings. People are not aware that 1,000 Mexican Americans, Raza, was killed since 2014 in the state of California by police bullets. So that's why it's important for the systems, for dominant white society to listen to our demands and our concerns. We want to stop police brutality. We want to stop police violence. We want better schools. We want better politicians. We need more Chicanos to be elected to office. We need the schools to stop terrorizing our students. We need better jobs. Many of our gente, many of our people are terrorized at their jobs. Put down. We're always the last one's hired and the first one's fired. Remember, we got the numbers. We got 50 million Mexican Americans in this country and another 20 million Mexicanos. We got the numbers, but now is the time to unite the people. Now is the time to get united, because we cannot let brown cops turn against us. We cannot let the system, our own people, we cannot let brown people to turn against us.
Not only Ruben Salazar that we're honoring, we're also honoring Angel Diaz and Lynn Ward. People tend to forget the little ones. They died for a good cause, and they were unjustly killed. Thank you.
Yes, I want to say Viva la Raza. The sleeping giant needs to awaken. I marched when I was 9 years old after they killed Ruben. And the sheriffs, they didn't have any sympathy for women, children. We were wearing gas masks, and it was horrible. They didn't care anything about us. And we've got the numbers now. Black lives matter, so do brown lives. Let's get it together and let the raza roar.
Okay.
My name is Rosie Sejudo, and I'm the Brown Beret field organizer. We all just have to unite, get together, and we need to be awakened because they're taking over. And we need to fight against police brutality and stop the killing of young Chicanos. We got to stop them now.
My name is Johnny Salas, Brown Beret National Party. I'm here for Ruben Salazar, plus Chicanos, all American Chicanos, Mexican Americans, Central Americans, Puerto Ricans, and Cubans, okay? Also, ethics, Indians, okay? Thank you.
Okay, he's talking about brown people, brown content. Okay, we're gonna have to take a break. From now, I believe Channel 11 is gonna be filming. Just hold your position.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marilyn Sanchez Lopez. I'm from the Brown Beret National Party. Oh, okay. My name is Marilyn Sanchez Lopez. I'm from the Brown Beret National Party. I live in Tennessee. I'm the public relations officer and also the national recruiter. Please, everyone, remember what this special day is for everyone. Thank you.
Can I say a
David Sanchez, who founded the Brown Berets right here in East Los Angeles. David, thank you for taking the time. What is today all about?
Well, today is August the 29th, 2020. We're here to remember Ruben Salazar for his contributions to our community. He was one of very few reporters that actually reported about the Chicano community, about the Mexican American community. And we had no other reporter at the time. He put the Mexican Americans back on the map.
That's where the Latino community has fallen short. We know that the black community always rallies around itself. Do you think Latinos need to do more of that?
Most certainly, we need to unite. I mean, there's so many of us. I mean, there's something like,
We are Berets! Viva la raza! Viva!
All right, here we are on Whittier Boulevard at the Silver Dollar Bar, or the now it's called the Sound of Music. Anyway, we're here to talk about Ruben Salazar, who lived from 1928 to 1970. He was the only reporter we had that was telling stories about La Raza. And unfortunately, he was killed at this location by the Los Angeles County Sheriff. We'd like some of our people just to say a few short speeches. We'll start off with Jose.
Good afternoon. Just like to say, en la unión está la fuerza. It's time to get united, get educated, stop the violence, and that's about it. Viva la raza!
Okay.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We the Brown Berets are here to commemorate the death of Ruben Salazar. He's a very important person that really cared for our community. So we have to teach our children and educate them how this is very important for them. It's a history. So we cannot let this die out. We're going to continue as the Brown Berets. We're going to continue being here. And we're always going to be fighting for our raza, our gente, because this is Aztlán. This is our land. So we're not illegal in this land. This is our Aztlán. So we got to keep on fighting. Thank you.
Okay, Captain Flores from all the way from Stockton.
Today's a special day. This is a historical area, Whittier Boulevard. I'm here to be in the memorial today for Ruben Salazar. I am an educator, and I think it's important for our children to know their history. Ruben Salazar put the Chicano movement on the map, and all of us together need to educate our students, our children, and in the home, because the first teachers are our parents. So let's keep it going. Viva la raza.
Viva la raza.
Viva.
I would just like to say that the moratorium wasn't just about the death either, but it spawned educators and businessmen and all the Chicanos who were in that era, and during this time they all spawned to be positive people and experience for us, and to pass that on to us. Thank you. Que viva la raza.
That's right. You know, a lot of people don't know, but the Chicano movement actually saved lives, because there was less genocide, less homicide, less suicide, less gang violence, less overdoses, because during that time the people had a cause, and the cause was to help La Raza. Viva la Raza. Okay.
Hi, my name is Gracie. I want to thank you, everybody, for coming out, because this is a very important day for all of us as a community, to acknowledge all that Ruben Salazar did to sacrifice the reporting that he did, because he cared about the community. And you know, the thing that I think is another thing that's important is the creator of this whole gathering that is here, that's going on, of the Chicano Moratorium, is David Sanchez, this man right here. He doesn't take hardly any credit, because he doesn't feel that's necessary, because he feels that the community's needs and for what the cause is more important. And I think that he's awesome, because he created this, he helped us, he did the walkout, and it's just amazing of the many things that has been accomplished here in Los Angeles, and I think we should commend him for today. Thank you.
Two columns. Left, right. Left, right. Two columns.
Go. Right behind David.
Left, right.
She's a very strong-minded person, and with all respect, I will give the microphone to Rosie.
Sanchez. Thank you. Oh my goodness, there is a crowd. Nice to see all of you. And I know that you're all into Chicano. And that's what I am. You know, we all belong to the Brown National Party, and we're into helping the raza, especially at this time with the police brutality and so many other things going on. And I wanted to read something here from one of our Brown Berets. She's a Brown Beret at large, and she's in Paris. She couldn't come because they closed the borders. So she had me read this for her. To all of you. Greetings, mi gente. Viva Chicano power. I am sorry I was unable to be here today with you all in such a historical moment. 50 years since our martyrs were killed on these streets for being Chicanos on this very day. But because of COVID-19, I'm stuck in Europe because of the closed borders. Only something like that could have stopped me. So I asked Rosie to read the small message. My message to you is this. At this moment, Chicanos are being targeted with systematic racism. At this moment, Chicanos and Chicanas are still villainized inconsistently. At this moment, Chicanos are being told to go to their country. And still, at this moment, there's some racists, whites, don't want to believe this land is ours. My brothers and sisters, natives of this continent and land lovers of peace and civil rights, we must unite. Wait, not yet. That's why I said it's not a small message. If we love one another, it's possible. Viva la raza. The American continent has always been brown. Be proud to be Mexican American. Be proud to be a follower of human and civil rights, especially in this country. We must unite because in unity there is power. Have no fear, familia. The Brown Beret National Party is a movement of peace and solidarity to tolerance. Ya basta with fear mongering. We need help out our community and uplift our gente. Ruben Salazar died 50 years ago today. 50 years that nothing has changed. Ya basta. We must unite. Our raza is beautiful and respected in all other countries except here. Ya basta. We are Americans and we know what freedom and liberty is. And we know what human rights. And we should not tolerate any less. I love you, Los Angeles and BB brothers and sisters. We will grow and be stronger. Que viva la raza. Viva los Brown Berets. Que viva Dr. Sanchez. Thank you, Dr. David Sanchez. Who's next? That was beautiful, huh? I loved it, Cindy.
That was very nice. This tape that we've been making is going to be going across the country. It'll be on YouTube, and by next Friday, it'll be on YouTube. You'll be able to see the speakers, the marches, and some of the things and the events that we did for today. You have to remember, we should never give up, never surrender, never give up. Because realizing the way the system is, they always try to put us down, shut us up. The politicians, these politicians, they're not our politicians. These representatives are not our representatives. They're not worth a dime. They're not working for us. They're working for the system. They're not working for us. They're working for the government. And that's why it's very important to understand that we are a party. We're also a political party. That means we do get involved with politics. At this time, I'd like to introduce Christopher.
All right, thank you all for all coming out. I stand here before you, unafraid of the consequences of my words. The system has attempted to silence us.
We have had our civil rights movement intentionally hidden from our children. Our schools do not teach accurate and honest history. What happened here in our community 50 years ago is not just East LA history. It is national history, and they are denying us our importance. They teach more about the so-called Kent State Massacre than about the largest anti-war march of its time, even despite having the same amount of deaths. They say we burned down buildings and started a riot here 50 years ago, but they failed to mention that the students in Kent State had been burning down parts of their school as well. I sense a glaring issue here, and the issue is that they didn't care about us then, and they still don't today. Ruben Salazar was a through and through old school journalist of the 60s, the first of his kind to ever report on the Chicano movement. His work in the LA Times and KMX TV was bringing our issues to a much broader audience. For the first time, people outside of our community and our race were beginning to hear our cries for equality. Ruben Salazar truly believed that the only way to fight our oppression was through bolstering the education system in our brown communities. His reporting was strong and accurate, and on August 29, 1970, while reporting on this march, the sheriff's department brutally murdered him for it. If this year is a testament to progress, then there hasn't been enough. Adolfo Guzman Lopez is a modern radio journalist who was asked to report on a recent protest in Long Beach. He was hit in the neck by a projectile fired by law enforcement. Fortunately, he recovered. But he and hundreds of other cases reminds us that it is still brutally dangerous to report on these protests. All over the country, members of the free press are being beaten and abused. It has gotten so bad, the LA Times on occasion is sending their reporters with helmets to protests. If the press is in danger here, then what does that mean for us activists? 50 years ago, the Vietnam War was raging, and for obvious reasons, Mexican Americans made up a disproportionate amount of the deaths. The obvious reason is that the United States sends our brown children to war because they value their own children's lives more than ours. They have us supposedly fighting for freedom in a foreign land, for freedom that we have not yet enjoyed on our own land. Chicanos recognized this 50 years ago, and I urge you to recognize it today. We must not allow our children, men and women, to serve a country that refuses to serve them in return. We do not ask for much in return. In fact, I'm asking for three things. The Declaration of Independence says that we have three inalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But they take our lives by mass incarceration, by murdering us in the darkness of the night and in the light of the sun. We do not have liberty because they stripped us from building an economic base by stealing the land from under us, and they refuse to properly invest in our education. With that being said, how can we pursue happiness when we don't have our lives nor our liberties? So until these three inalienable rights are fully realized, I ask that you find it in your hearts and minds to not stop fighting. 50 years later, David Sanchez still stands here. I know his commitment. Ruben Salazar died for this. I know his commitment. Countless lives beaten, arrested, and murdered for fighting for this cause. I know their commitment. We must seek to have that same commitment, not just to improve our lives, but to improve the lives of the next 10 generations. Because Chicanos don't die, we multiply.
I've been from the Brown Berets for since the 80s, and I've seen people killed, put in jail, beat up for no reason at all. Like things that we're seeing right here, the sheriffs are listening to us, and at any point they could open fire on us just because they don't like what we're saying. You know, the sheriffs have beat people, the LAPD have beat people, put people in prison just because we're Chicanos, you know, and because we want our civil rights. We'll get them back if it takes till the day we die. So viva la raza.
But something I wanted to share with you guys was that I became a mariachi after Roosevelt. I continued doing mariachi. And mariachi started giving me income at 16, you know, and that helped me help my mother. That helped me in college too. I didn't have to do work study. I did mariachi on the weekends, and I would come over here. And so mariachi really has been a big part of my life. But you know, sometimes as mujeres, we don't get recognized in mariachi. And I finally came to understand that no matter if I went to the university and studied and got a degree in music, it didn't matter, because a man was still gonna get preference over a woman in mariachi. So till this day, there is probably one woman per mariachi when you go work. And that divides us as hermanas, but it also, you know, leaves women vulnerable in vulnerable spaces. So I recently have had to leave mariachi for sexual harassment, and it becomes weekly and daily, okay? And so that kind of has inspired my music, because I want to speak up for the mujer. I want to speak up because we want justice too. We are equal to men. We think the same. We have consciousness. So I want to share that message to empower women that we are beautiful and that we are worth a bunch. Somos diosas de luna. So I'm gonna sing our little Chicano Moratorium song. So I hope you guys enjoy. Que viva la raza, que viva, viva, que viva la raza, que viva, viva, Chicano Moratorium. 50 años de luchar. Juntos luchamos por justicia. Juntos luchamos por Aztlán. Juntos luchamos por libertad. Que viva la raza, que viva, viva, que viva la raza, que viva, viva, Chicano Moratorium. 50 años de luchar. Que viva, viva ahora todos, que viva la raza, que viva, viva, Chicano Moratorium. 50 años de luchar. Muchas gracias.
Public relations officer and also the national recruiter. When he's trying to get across to all the young people, too many of them do not understand what we're going through or what have been going through. And there are teachers out there that are afraid to teach Chicano studies. For the mere fact that they start doing it, they're afraid that they're going to get fired or suspended. Or if they're teaching college, then they're going to be asked not to come back the following year. Things like that happen to Dr. Sanchez. But nowadays, we have to get our youth involved. If you notice, the kids are too busy on video games. They're too busy with their cell phones and their friends. If it's not happening to them or their families, they don't care. And we've got to start getting more parents involved in the younger generation. And we can't just say, okay, let's start at the college. No, this has to start way younger. When they're in first, second grade, they need to start learning the history of their culture and of Mexico. They need to understand how difficult it was for their parents to migrate here if they did. I myself, is second generation. My daughter is third. So, and there's other people that are just first generation here. Everybody needs to pass it on because our children are our future. If they don't know their history or the fight that a lot of us went through, then they're not going to know what to do. We are their teachers. We need to mentor them and explain to them and take away those video games.
The pandemic, people needing home, people needing health care, people needing to live with dignity. So, denos dignidad. Suenan los tambores al ritmo de los corazones, oprimidos, sin respeto, sin dignidad. Explota la gente. Explota la gente cuando les conviene y deshacen de nosotros con gran frialdad. Denos dignidad, exigimos respeto universal. Somos familia de la humanidad. Tiempo de borrar líneas y división mental. No, no somos ilegal. En nuestra tierra que es ancestral, le pertenece al que la sepa amar. Le pertenece al que la sepa respetar. Nuestro trabajo es esencial, merecemos respeto y dignidad, tener un techo, salud y ayuda, porque nuestra labor es sacrificial. Denos dignidad, exigimos respeto universal, somos familia de la humanidad. Tiempo de borrar líneas y división mental. No, no somos ilegal. En nuestra tierra que es ancestral, le pertenece al que la sepa amar. Le pertenece al que la sepa respetar. Denos dignidad, exigimos respeto universal. Somos familia de la humanidad. Tiempo de borrar líneas y división mental. No, no somos ilegal. En nuestra tierra que es ancestral, le pertenece al que la sepa amar. Le pertenece al que la sepa respetar. Eso. Y quiero que digan conmigo, denos dignidad. ¿Listos? Denos dignidad, denos dignidad, denos dignidad. Denos dignidad. Denos dignidad, 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 denos dignidad. Gracias.
Give the Brown Berets thanks that they're willing to sacrifice their time, their hours, their money, traveling, hours on the road sometimes. Okay. Okay. Okay, are you ready? Okay, he's gonna do a song, and then we'll do one or two. We're gonna finish with one or two speeches, and maybe one more song. Okay, are you hooked up?
Buenas tardes, my name is Jose, aka Azteca, I'm gonna do a song from an album I had out years ago, on several CDs in English in the past, and my full Spanish album. This was called Cansado. ¿Cansado de qué? Cansado de injusticias. Tired of injustices. Music, please. Zeta. Can you hear me? Clear, clear. Sueños de un día todo cambiar, para no batallar, para no más llorar, en este mundo loco que me quiere enterrar, en esta vida loca que me quiere castigar, erradicar, fabricar mentiras para poderme colgar, me pongo a estudiar, también a escuchar, al solar con mis pensamientos libres y profundos, en estas tristezas que me hundo, porque este mundo está corrupto, negro como un luto, presidente bruto, tiene feria para guerras, para prisiones, pero no para escuelas, eso no es justo, no duermo a gusto, solución es lo que busco, me pongo busto, leo como un recluso, la mente y espíritu la arma que yo uso, lo único que no pueden quitar o quebrar la alma de alguien que la voz tiene que alzar. Cansado de injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no puede callar, cansado de injusticias y tus malicias me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente vida, cansado de injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no puede callar, cansado de injusticias y tus malicias me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente mía, subo la bandera como alzo mi voz, vengo feroz para ti, para vos, Simón, agárrense los huevos, una mano para arriba, que toneladas de verdad les echo encima, viva Pancho Villa, Zapata también, desorden en la voz, hasta hecho humo como un tren, azteca, metralleta, escopeta, lo que soy, la neta, como atleta, trucha, ahí te voy, hermanos mexicanos, suramericanos, centroamericanos, se han sufrido de injusticia, se rompen sus manos, juntos ganamos, tienen un grito, como Benito, el grito de dolores, bendito no te rajes, sangre derramada, no puede ser olvidada, nada, jamás, paz, en los barrios para no quedarnos atrás, échenle gas, injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no pueden callar, cansado de injusticias, y tus balizas me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente mía, cansado de injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no pueden callar, cansado de injusticias, y tus balizas me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente mía, como Che Guevara grito versos que escupo, sí que me he dicho porque el mundo es injusto, sí que he dicho que esta vida es fría, pero mi voz y mi mente es mi artillería, y mi voz es tuya, no solo mía, hacia el cielo y pide que las cosas sean mejor un día, que salgan los hermanos que están encarcelados, y lloren por los que se encuentran enterrados, injustamente fusilados, acribillados, y para los niños maltratados, desamparados, nos apodan mojados los tarados, pero me hacen los bandados de volada, como les encanta ver a mi pobre gente encerrada, quemada, quebrada, nos mandan al infierno de una celda si no hay lana, para el defensor público que no más a la raza nos engaña, cansado de injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no puede callar, cansado de injusticias, y tus balizas me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente mía, cansado de injusticias, hay que pelear, alzar la voz que no puede callar, cansado de injusticias, y tus balizas me quitaste la tierra pero no la mente mía, el libro es algo poderoso, es la luz para cada pasillo oscuro, pónganse a estudiar y no paren de luchar. Gracias.
We have a short speech by Gracie. Gracie, you want to make your... Yes, I do. No, come on. Just speak your speech.
I want to talk about what's going on with the coronavirus and our people. I think that there's another war going on. 50 years ago, of course, there was the Vietnam War, and that was taking our people away, and that was the main thing for the moratorium to, bring it out there and say, hey, This is not going to be, we don't want this happening anymore. We don't want our people on the front lines anymore. And right now, I believe that there's been a very large number of Latinos dying from COVID. And their explanation from the government is very vague and not medically proven true. And there are a lot of tests that routinely come back erroneously, and the response isn't always what we want to hear. The number statistically for people of color rises more and more each day. Just receiving a result, it being positive, can surely bring us some fright. The key is to always to remember to keep in mind that there isn't a routine treatment for this virus. So the fact that when they receive the results, they're not always told by a physician, and there's not any support that comes from a person that gives you the results that can basically help you. And I think what is important right now is that the people know that there are things and that they can do to help them with this virus. I think a lot of the things that the reason why we're dying is just the thing of knowing that we have it. And this, the fear in itself can make our heart beat way more. It can get us sick, the stress. So I thought it was important for me to find out what are the things that you guys can do, or anybody can do, we could do, that can help us out with that. And I have these papers here that I made with some instructions, some kind of type of aids that can help you if you get that, if you get the results of being positive. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I got that out because I care. We care. The Brown Berets care. Thank you.
Okay, we're trying to, as much as possible, stick to the Chicano agenda. You know, the Chicano agenda is Seda Mendoza is going to do one more song for us. Seda? Seda Mendoza, she did that song for our commercial for the Brown Berets. Also, if you want to join the Brown Beret organization, just ask any one of the Brown Berets and they'll tell you when we have our meetings. Okay, so we need more people to join this organization because remember, we are always the first. We were the first to walk out the schools. We were the first to create Chicano moratoriums. We were the first to land on Catalina Island. So it's this organization that's the most consistent and most powerful movement in Mexican American history. The Brown Beret National Party. Let's give them a hand. Brown Beret National Party. Okay, say it.
Esta se llama Fuera Ya. So quiero que repitan Fuera Ya. A ver, todos, let me hear it. 1, 2, 3. Fuera Ya. Okay, so we're gonna teamwork here. It sounds beautiful when it's teamwork. Todo el que oculte la verdad, fuera ya, fuera ya. Lo corrupto tiene que acabar, fuera ya, fuera ya. Eso, esas palmas. Y que viva la raza. Eso. Como si ando marchando. Todo el que oculte la verdad, nos oye la policía. Puro corrupto ahí. Y por si no nos entendieron. Every single one hiding the truth. Get out now. Get out now. The corruption has to find an end. Get out now. Get out now. It's going down. All the corruption and sickness. I seek my own inner peace and humbleness. It's going down. All the corruption and sickness. I seek my own inner peace and humbleness. Ay, la paz. Ay, la paz. Ay, la paz. Ay, la paz. So I'm looking for justice in my community so that I can have peace in my soul. That's what I'm talking about. Buscando esa paz. A ver, aquí anda atoradita. There we go. All right. So I want you to hear this message. Yo no creo en esos gobiernos que no nos traen la paz. No protegen nuestros derechos, justicia, tierra, libertad. Yo no creo en estos gobiernos que no nos traen la paz. No protegen nuestros derechos, justicia, tierra, libertad. Todo el que oculta la verdad, fuera ya, fuera ya. Todo lo corrupto tiene que acabar. It's going down. If I was a teacher, I don't know how I'd grade that. Eso, fuera ya. Muchas gracias. I am Zeta Música. Z-A-D-A Música.